Hey guys, and welcome back. So, fingers crossed this will be the last episode of this one. As you can see, I've only got a couple more people to try and find, so fingers crossed. Just to say, my name is Gothic, and this is What Remains of Edith Finch. There. So, this game is absolutely cracking. I absolutely love this game. Not particularly sure how old it is. I think it's a few years old now, but it's such a good game. It's done really, really well, and the way that you see how the deaths play out is really different for each and individual one. And considering how many people that there are, it's actually really well that they've managed to sort of break it down so everyone is really individualized and stuff. Some of them are really quite sort of like simplistic. So like Odin was literally one of those little clicky photograph things that you click it down, it spins a wheel round and it moves it to the next picture. So that was quite a simplistic one. However, in like the last episode you had Lewis, so that was a lot of that was the cannery. So it was like moving, so you had to move your mouse to move the fish from the left to the right, wait for the thing to come down to cut its head off, and then push your mouse forward. And then on the left hand side of the screen you had like a little guy walking around, so you had to use the like your movement keys to move him around while you still were doing all this sort of stuff so that was really, really weird. If you want to see how shit I was at that, go back to the previous video and see just how crap I am at controlling two things at once. What I'm going to do, I'm not going to go through everyone right now, because I'm hoping this is going to be, like I say, the last episode, and we're going to get this completely filled in. And then what we'll do right at the end is we'll just go over a recap. It might be 2 videos, I don't know, but we will see. Let's have a look. So the last one we got was the guy in the cannery, Lewis, I think it was. So let's have a little look out here. Oh, out we climb.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing.
Okay.
She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left.
Oh, it's packing peanuts. Hee hee. Right, what am I doing? I got distracted. I'm so bad at being distracted and stuff. Oh, stairs. Oh, that way around.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Dawn Finch, grandma's. There's a load of photos and stuff. That's a bit sad. Oh, that's Sanjay, evac specialist. To teach and to learn. 7 ways to create a fulfilling classroom. Dawn Finch. Oh my god. If you live outside the UK, you're not probably going to get that reference. Oh God, we have called your servants to ventures of which we cannot see the ending, by the path as yet untrodden through perils unknown. Give us faith to go out with good courage, not knowing where we go, but only that your hand is leading us and your love supporting us through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. I need to learn to read better. I really do.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time.
Was there
Maybe
a
it should
fight?
have come sooner.
Was there a fight? Oh, birdie. Oh, it's not a real bird. I thought it was a bird.
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night. whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
I guess I'm going this way.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles.
Ah, so the thing in the box is gone, so I can't go in there.
When my mom said the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Oh, that's dark.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out.
Oh, am I going to
It
the
was
other house?
The first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful.
I bet it did.
I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it.
This is weird.
When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
Oh, great.
I got turned around.
Oh.
While I wandered.
Let's look for the
I
red...
started seeing things.
Oh, it's a deer.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
Like unicorns. It's a...
But
it's a
when
bet.
I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me.
Oh, of course it's a bed because the house is broken down on the thing. Oh.
Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine!
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again.
Oh no.
The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
Oh, so she died.
After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it.
Wee.
A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you.
I hope this isn't what I think it is.
But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Oh, that was... Oh, that's cool. So they've got all the developers teams to send in photographs of them as when they were kids. Oh, that's cool. Brandon, look at that. Oh, right. That was... There were some parts in that were really, really enjoyable. There were some parts in that were... Wow, they were messed up. The two that stick in my mind are... Evan Rogers, why are you not happy? Sorry. The two that stick out for me is the little baby in the bath. That was grim. I didn't like that one at all. That was really sort of not pleasant for me. I don't know why. I don't have kids, so I don't know why that one stuck in my mind so much. But that's really not that wasn't a pleasant one. And the other one was the guy in the cannery. That was really sort of sad, I think, because he obviously had some sort of a mental trauma. It wasn't a trauma though, was it? It was. I think he went in there for like a drug rehabilitation sort of thing, which was he was going for, like counselling or psychiatric help or whatever it was. And he started having like these, would you call them hallucinations? I suppose you would by the end of it. And he got to the point where he ended his life by putting his head under the thing. So that's quite grim. But yeah, that was really cool. I really enjoyed that game. That was really fun. I kind of wish you got to find out a little bit more about the people on the leaves as well. So like the people who had been added to the family, so like through marriage and stuff like that. That would have been quite interesting. But to be perfectly honest, they've already done quite a lot just with what they've done to start off with. So it's probably a lot more extra work than they needed to do. But yeah, that's a really good game. I really, really enjoyed that. There are a load of achievements that you can unlock on Steam as well. So it has got a little bit of replayability. and you see, you kind of know what the story's going to be. I don't think the story's obviously going to change too much, if at all. But there is a little bit of replayability if you want to get your achievements and things like that. Wow, Megan has a gun. That's not creepy at all. Anyway, so yeah, that's a really short video. I thought we were going to see a little bit more than that, but you kind of got this sort of like the conclusion of the story and what happened, and even Edith dies, I'm guessing through childbirth. So yeah, that was it. Do you know what? I really like that. I really enjoyed that game. I thought it was amazing. Quite a lot of dark things going on in there, but then when you're talking about an entire family who's not cursed, but they've got like some sort of curse on them that's obviously going through killing everybody, then it is going to be dark to a degree. Some of the deaths were a little bit weird, but then some of them were really quite sort of sad and at the end. So yeah, some of the deaths were quite sad. Like I say, the ones that... Oh, here we go. The replay a story option is now available. Select these to play from the beginning. Oh, so you can click on these and you replay bits of their story. So, right, we'll go through it. So Lewis was the guy in the cannery. He was the one who had the visions and stuff, and that was the one where he ended up putting his head through the slicing thing. Milton, I think, just disappeared. So no one actually knows what happened to him. We're assuming he's dead because he's got a date. Edith was the one that we were playing, and by the sounds of it, she died in childbirth, I'm guessing. Dawn was the mother. She died of some sort of illness. That was quite a sort of harsh one as well. I've had family members pass away in like places like hospitals and things like that, so that's not a pleasant one. It's not very graphic and anything like that, but that's one that sort of tugs, especially at your heartstrings if you've been through that sort of stuff. Gus was the one who was with the kite, and I think he got hit by the tent and was obviously killed by a massive sort of trauma to that. Gregory, he was the poor little baby who, by the looks of it, drowned in the bath. We have Molly. She was the one, I think she was the first one we did. She was the one, I think it was poison. That's what I'm going with. If I'm wrong on that, correct me in the comments, but I think that's like a poison thing, and she started hallucinating as the poison was taking effect. That was the one where she was a cat, then an owl, a shark, and then like a weird tentacle monster thing, and was eating everybody, and then went back into her room, and it sort of like insinuated that the monster was under her bed and it was going to eat her. I think it was some sort of a poison. Barbara was the childhood star. She was the one who... That was the comic book thing, and I'm going to guess it was either her boyfriend murdered her for some reason, or it was some sort of a weird serial killer with the guy with the hook hand. Unless I'm wrong. Calvin was the kid on the swing who fell off the cliff. Sam was the one in the hunting accident. Walter was the guy who lived under the cellar and was hit by a train when he broke out through the wall and was hit by a train. Edie, she was going to go to a nursing home and then passed away that night, so possibly like just a broken heart of some description. And then Odin was the guy who was sailing the house over, and then he drowned because the house sank in the lake and he drowned. So that's where it is. If I'm right on any of those, or if I am wrong on any of those, please feel free to drop a comment in below and tell me which I'm right, or if you have your own theories about how they died after watching all of this. Feel free. I'd love to hear what you think. If you think I'm right, then I think there's something wrong with you, but feel free to agree. If you disagree, please feel free, put a comment down below. Please feel free to share the video. If it's the sort of thing that you like, I do recommend you play it. The graphics in this game are superb. They are such a nice game. I'd love it to be another game of that little, like the little fantasy setting from the cannery where you're walking around with all the little people and the bands and stuff, because that was so much fun. Getting a game out of that would be amazing, I think. Please feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video to any friends that you think are going to enjoy this. Chuck a comment down below, and I'm going to have a look and see what we're going to play next. So thanks very much, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Gothic Gaming.